Howdy, folks. Zethios here, and welcome back to... Dagnabbit, I already picked an action. I didn't mean... I picked an action by starting the recording. Okay. So, we got stopped on our way back to the Scarlet Chorus camp. And so now we gotta... Let's walk through this. I don't know what the other options are, unfortunately. But I think this will work for us. Alright. So we are following the road through an expanse of scrubby woodlands, crooked oaks, and dry needled pines grasping towards the sky. When you catch the sound of children's laughter filtering through the trees. So we investigated the laughter. And now, abandoning the road, we make our way to a small tributary of the Mananti snaking through the sparse forest. There you discover a group of 4 youths gathered beside the small stream. 2 of the children sit on the rocks, poles in hand, staring patiently at the water. The other 2 are seated near a bucket, taking turns whacking eels along the ground to stun them, and carving up eel meat. So we can threaten the children, we can speak to the children, or we can return to the road. Why? I don't know what is to be gained from this. I mean, obviously we can, scare and intimidate and try to be like, where are you from? Have you seen soldiers and things? You can try and interrogate these kids if you were an awful person. But I don't think that Zethios sees anything to gain from disturbing these kids fishing. So we're just going to return to the road. Having sated your curiosity, you return to the road and continue on your journey. And that's boring, but I don't think they would want to. Zethios is a intimidator of kids. He wouldn't stoop that low. And he doesn't want to announce his presence either. Seems like we got a new missive. Let's have a look at that real quick. This was our... Okay. Okay, I think it's now archived. We saw it. So this is Tunon. We can incur wrath or favor with him. And so we haven't received another message from him yet. I don't expect we will, as long as we're here. I don't even know how we got the message out. I mean, I guess we can use like birds or whatever, as this suggests. Birds with messages. They can make it past the valley. So yeah, we're just gonna take a load off down here. Oh, this is something that I must have seen but didn't see. And it's just rot spear. This is like drugs, it looks like. Yeah, it enrages you and gives you more might. Definitely drugs. Oh, there's some beastmen here. I say beastmen. Beast tribe. Don't have the proper means to call them. So we're gonna go to the merchant and sell off a bunch of stuff. Oh, we have Sirin too. Oh my gosh. We have lots of people to talk to in this camp. We'll do that here in a second. Alright, so we did some selling, and now we're going to talk to the beastmen of town. Then we'll talk to Siren and, I think, Fifth Eye? Maybe, I don't know if we need to talk to them technically or not. I'll have a look back at the quest stuff. We may not need to report anything. Alright, so this is Night Yowl. So a young beastman stands in the shadow of an enormous beast woman, whose stature still manages to loom over you, even in her crouched position. The beastman's mouth froths with spittle that launches in every direction as he snarls at her. Alright. Definitely definitely have that would be a terrible voice. for Beastmen. Hopefully we get a Beastmate companion or Beastwoman companion. That would be cool. I still don't know if we have a full party complement yet. We are at 4 right now. I don't know if we get like a 5th or 6th companion. Usually, like the minimum is usually, well, technically 3, but 3 plus U is 4. So this is technically like the minimum of what you get usually. But I'm hoping we get a couple more, just to have options. And if we get more, then maybe we'll have more companion options. Because sometimes you get, you're limited to 4, but you get a lot of companions, like double-digit companions. And so you're like, oh gosh, who do I choose to go out and do stuff with and learn more about? So that's where that stuff gets crazy. And I hope we get a couple more options, a couple more members to have in the party than just 4. But if not, that's fine. Alright. Nightyal was promised worthy tough prey for joining, but Beastwoman only allows Nightyal to hunt weakest of humans. We'll call them humans. Saves best kills for self. He pounds the earth, causing a small fissure to erupt. Nightyal was second strongest of Stonestalker males before joining Scarlet humans. Rutted even with 100 blood with tribe's Prima. Was promised own pack for abandoning tribe mates. Alright. That's a little bit. I won't do like a growly voice. Or like, I don't know, Chewbacca voice for these guys. That's just terrible. I try to come up with something interesting, like a way of speaking for different types of characters, especially with like companions. But some of most of the companion stuff, I say most. So the companion stuff is voiced, and so for people like this, it is interesting. I like to try and give it a little bit of flavor for myself and hopefully for you guys. Alright, Stonestalker is the largest beast tribe in the tiers. So they tripled in population during the period of domestication and forced labor in service to the farmers and ranchers of the realm. However, like all beasts, the Stonestalkers were born wild and yearned to range free, unfettered by humans within their own homeland. Why not? Alright, so Prima is the leader of a beast tribe. Supremacy almost always held by a female. Rank is 1 and defended through vicious bloodshed and fights for dominance rather than birthright. Many alphas may exist within a single tribe, but only one can rise above the others as Prima. Cool. So was the matriarch who raised us a Prima? I wonder? Claws at Throat. I love these names, by the way. And we might have to blur that out in video. I don't know if they call that monstrosity or not, if that counts or not, but just in case, just so we're not demonetized, we will blur that out. Alright, the crouched beastwoman lets out a deafening cackle, her broad, sharp teeth approaching between each bellow. Strong, Stonestalker. Beastmen worth retting, she snorts. No. Claws at throat sees only mewling first seasoned cub before beastwoman now. Sees only tenderfoot, only weak whelp fit for chase injured. Dying prey, not best fighters on battlefield. Nightyal bares his teeth and lunges for the beastwoman, but she is swift to stand, hackles raised, and a calloused palm far larger than his head harshly pins him to the ground in one deft swipe. His face smashes to the earth with a whip-like crack of stone, followed by a defeated whimper. Claws at Throat stares down at you with as much regard as she might show the wild dogs that roam the camp. Human. Her nostrils flare as she inhales deeply, scouring her memory for your familiar scent. She cants her head curiously to one side, and her keen amber eyes darken with a sudden and feral desire. Uh-oh. Human smells of kith. A far northern tribe is strange. Human is hairless, blunt-clawed, and male, but smells good, smells better than Nightyal. She grinds the beastman's face deeper into the dirt before lifting her clawed and gnarled fingers off of him. He quickly scrambles to his feet to nurse his head. Speak quickly, and maybe Beast Woman will listen. So we can bare our teeth. We could wager we could take her. I'm gonna say no on that, Zethios. You can ask what's going on here. Yeah, we definitely know how these interactions go. I mean, we grew up in it. So she asks, she knows, uh, faintly recognizes the smell, so we can definitely confirm her observation. The beast woman perks up at your boast. She sniffs you curiously, more thoroughly than before. She then smacks her lips softly, longingly, beginning to slather and drool. I don't know if she wants to have sex with Zethios or eat him. For a moment, you think she'll make a grab for you, but she merely sits back on her haunches, relaxed and watching you, pleasantly piqued as she scratches the taut stretch of her hard, muscled stomach. Would like to hunt with Human from Bounding Viper Tribe. Little Bluntclaw will join Beast Woman in hot slaughter of humans in one season soon, yes? Alright, so we can't say anything else? We can't confirm that question? I guess not. We can ask what tribe they're from? Do we know what tribe they're from? I don't think so. They say Stonestalker. No, we overheard them saying what tribe they're from, so we know what tribe they're from. We can just ask how did they come to join the Scarlet Chorus? Human pack called Scarlet Chorus is vicious, cunning, feral. Like tribes, like Beast Woman. She snarls, but the sound is pleased and rumbling, nearly a purr as she cranes her face in the direction of the voices of Narat Wartent. Chorus humans are dirty and reek like rotten meat, so easily shriek and tear at own throats, but also respect strongest of pack, and beast women are strongest of all creatures, our best predators. Like Archon called Narat, pack's fierce and ruthless alpha, is mystic who can swallow prey, blood and bones whole, makes beast woman want to rut fight kill. Makes beast woman want to rut fight kill, she sighs hungrily. Makes beast woman want. I guess what's going on here. Human has keen eyes, yes? Can see beast woman is disciplining insolent packmate? She snaps a menacing sneer at the cowed beastman. Mewling, whimpering male, Night Yell will learn beastman's rank in new pack, or will not survive for many seasons longer. A soft growl burbles up from the back of his throat in response to her threat, but he keeps his eyes downcast, refusing to meet her gaze. We're not gonna say we can take her. We're gonna say farewell. Alright, so I guess we had nothing else to talk to them about. Let's check real quick. Yeah, it looks like we don't have to talk to Fifth Eye here. But we can talk to Sirin. The third shows signs of hard use and long-term exposure to the elements. Alright. Let's talk to Sirin. A young woman stands flanked by a pair of soldiers. The ornate headdress cresting her brow lends her otherwise small figure an intimidating aspect. From gear to gown, everything about her starkly contrasts the wretched state of the camp. She looks both at ease and uncomfortable, composed in her element and completely unsure. She turns to you.
Oh, look. Father has returned. Have I gotten out of line? Have you come to punish me? Am I a bad girl? Or do you just want to use my power?
Okay. Her face takes on a mock serious demeanor, and she speaks with her words as she speaks, and with her words you hear the sound of a breeze rustling through the forest. It's at the same time calming and distressing. The girl smiles.
Do you remember me, Fatebinder? Now don't disappoint me. We worked together at the Vellum Citadel. You used my voice to subdue those naughty sages who tried to escape your edict.
Alright, so yeah, Vellum was that library fortress, the school of ink and quill, where Landry? Is it Landry or Lantry? I always confuse those two. I'll get that right at some point. But yeah, during that campaign, she used her power to enthrall the sages, and they started to tell us everything. And so there were disfavored soldiers that killed sages for doing it's not like telling the whole story, but so for some reason the disfavored soldiers killed the sages, and so because of that we had to be the arbitrator between the disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, and we decided that the disfavored were in the wrong, and that the members who did that have to serve Sirin as her personal bodyguards. All right. The gentle breeze of her words gains force as she speaks. She takes a small step forward, and the soldiers at her side move in, barring passage with their weapons. She looks at them and rolls her eyes. When she does, the sound of the approaching storm fades. Do I look like I can hurt them? She returns her gaze to you and leans forward as if to share a secret. Honestly, what passes for guards these days, right? Not anything like the disfavored guards you gave me. What a shame they died the way they did. Oh, so they're not living anymore. That's a shame. Oh well, life in Kairos. Is it a shame? I don't know. I don't know what it is to be under her spell or whatever. Whatever it is. Entranced. Whatever you call it. It's probably not good. It's probably like a Wanda Maximoff type thing. Anywho, oh well, life in Kairos' employ is dangerous. At least it is for most people. I'm quite capable of taking care of myself.
These good people aren't for my protection. Apparently, I'm dangerous. But I guess you already knew that.
Yeah.
Look at me! Do you think I seem dangerous? What harm can a 15-year-old girl cause? I'm only a child.
Are you perpetually 15? Because. Okay, the smile falters. She looks down, her hand moving through the headdress. Her thumb tracing the edge of it along her jawline. She looks back up, the hard look back in her eyes. She regards you for a moment before continuing. So, is this. Is she called the Archon of Song? Am I right? Yeah, she's called the Archon of Song. So, if I'm to hazard. I don't know how long lifespans are in this world, but saying that she's 15. I know, so she would have been like 10, 11, 12 during the conquest. And see, again, fantasy, different time. That seems really young to be doing all this stuff, but who knows? Maybe they did. This is a cruel world we live in Tyranny. So, I guess I should expect stuff like this.
So, Tunon's Fatebinder in the middle of a battlefield. Kairos must be desperate. You were sent to shame Ash and Narat into action, weren't you?
Yeah.
Ash certainly needs someone to dig a heel into his back. If only to distract him from his problem.
She purses her lips in thought.
But Narat, he's just a cat playing with a realm-sized mouse, isn't he?
Zethios isn't annoyed by Sirin, and he definitely doesn't want to. Knows how powerful she is, and doesn't want to antagonize her, even if she's antagonizing him, which isn't the case in this. She's just talking. But we can kind of... We're not going to talk about Neuront and Ash, because we don't really care, because we know what their problems are and suggestions. We know their shortcomings in this conquest already. But we're definitely not going to, like, goad her into being angry at us. But we can ask her what makes her an expert, what makes a 15-year-old an expert.
I've been privy to more delicate matters in the last 5 years than you've had your entire career binding fates. I'm well versed with political intricacies.
She waves her hand, brushing away the conversation.
Anyway, we have a more important matter to deal with. There is something you can do to assist me.
I assume so, since you were here and able to talk. I'm assuming there's going to be a quest involved with you. From the corner of your eye, you see Verse cup her hands to her ears, turning her head away from Siren. Yeah, she's afraid that she's going to command us to do something for her. Siren's mouth opens in a perfect O shape, and the sound that pours out is captivating and entrancing. It dampens the ambient bustle of the camp, until it seems that nothing exists but her voice. Oh boy. That is exactly what she's doing. Verse is well versed in these matters, it seems.
Remove my helmet.
The ruby headpiece on her brow flashes, as if in warning. What's her helmet removed? Is it like a dampening helmet? Where it like dampens her power? I guess any of these options we're entranced. So definitely gonna say mistress because she's 15 and that's weird. I'm gonna just say at your service and call her by her title. You discover that Siren's helmet is locked behind her head with a complicated mechanism. You want nothing more than to bash the lock apart and free the Archon, satisfying her command. Before you can make the attempt, one of Siren's guard places her hand on yours and shakes her head. He points to a wad of cotton sticking in her ear. The distraction shakes you from your stupor. You feel dizzy and stiff. Back, a trickle of blood from your nose. What was that?
Really? That's it? How disappointing. It was worth a try, I suppose, though it appears to have been a colossal waste of effort.
She sighs and gives a sheepish smile. So,
I hoped you would assist me in a delicate matter, but it appears you're more nuisance than help. I have no further use for you. Perhaps later. You're dismissed, Fatebinder.
Alright. We brushed you away with a wave, so we weren't able to help her out with the helmet.
For the love of Kairos! That was the Archon of Song in the flesh!
Oh no. Lantry, you're not going to be a dirty old man. We're not going to have a dirty old man in our party. Darting his head for a furtive look back at Siren. Lantry sighs and all. Lantry. Bad Lantry. Yeah, don't be so dumbstruck.
Dumbstruck? I don't exactly meet Archons on a regular basis. Maybe to you, this is just Judge's Day.
Alright. Yeah, we really don't want to be on her bad side. Alright, so we can rest there. We're fully rested up. So, we don't have anyone else to talk to. So, we have to go back and talk to Zethios. Who is Zethios? Someone back at the disfavored camp, I'm sure. We can go to the remote settlement, or we can go to Echo Hall Crossing, both for missing iron and to aid and break the blockade at the river. So let's go and see what we can get started with that really, really quick. Still hilarious that that gamble didn't pan out either way. Alright, so where do we go? Let's head to the settlement. Now this is a recruitment effort, if I'm right. We have to go to this village and we have to ask them to join the Scarlet Chorus, which I'm sure they will be very happy to do. And there will be no repercussions from this. Bronze Tower Shield. Well, I mean, definitely different. Alright, so far it looks like nobody's home. At least nobody's out and about. Don't even. Well, it is kind of nighttime, isn't it? Alright, nothing around here.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Alright, we can't walk by the well. Let's head upstairs. Then. Oh, shit. We're in the middle of town. As you step into the center of the village, you feel as if you're being watched from all angles. The distant patter of feet echo off the walls of the small and seemingly deserted village. We could say nothing. No need to hide and desire to fight, merely to talk. Or we can be intimidating. No, we'll just declare ourselves. The wooden beams on the rooftop to the north creak under someone's weight. A tree rustles behind you. If you wish to hide in your homes, I'm happy to burn this place to the ground. I've come to offer you redemption with the Scarlet Chorus. I'm doing my best to try and save you all. Feel free to help me with that endeavor. Sure, we can say 3. A voice bellows from the rooftop with a cackle. Go home to your overlord. Oh, hello. Sorry, friend, but you won't be leaving here in one piece. We'll send your head back north. I want your folks to see what happens to those who invade our lands, see?
More tallies to the front.
Why not? Why not? Alright, you... You're the bow.
You go.
Alright, you... Buff up, big boy. Thank you. Alright, bleeding and on fire. Just the way it's supposed to be. Alright, can you get over here, Verse? Take this thing out. Alright, and you. Get up there. Might as well you. Switch weapons. Rooted. Might as well attack that if you're rooted. Alright. Do the bleed effect.
Can't do that.
Alright, you're heading back down to do a heal land tree. Alright, can you move yet? Yes, you can. Alright, go and burn that guy.
You got it.
Alright, I have any... I already have like a full
This weapon is entirely worthless.
thing. There's gotta be more that we can do or put stuff away.
This weapon is useless.
I need to try a
Says
different
you.
weapon.
Alright. Took care of that. Well, it's left his big armor man. He needs a crushing weapon for these big boys.
On your knees, worm.
They're not very helpful. Oh, here's Scarlet Chorus. Is it? No, it's just a regular Scarlet Fury. Flicking the bronze tip of her blade, a Scarlet Fury strolls into view with a smug smile, flanked by an entourage of soldiers. Soldiers? Not bad. I'd have piled up the same number of corpses in half the sword strokes, but, well, where are my manners? Or, where are my manners? One ought not to criticize help so generously given. She sweeps her arms wide in an exaggerated mocking bow. You've my deepest and sincerest gratitude for gutting those Vindrian piss ants in my place. How can you be pleased? We've already got what we needed, the willing ones. She points to several of the armed fighters at her side. We were hoping a different face might convince the remainder to join us, but alas, we can't win them all, can we? Yeah, I don't like being someone else's pawn or tricked. I say I. Zethios definitely doesn't. What about our warm-up? Step closer, I can knock that grin off your face. Whoa now. No need to break any bones over it. If you're freaking pissed, take it up with Death Knell. It was her plan, not mine. She wets her chapped lips before continuing. Look then, I'll tell everyone how badly you slept around the Oathbreakers, okay? You did us a real favor. You deserve to have your glory touted. And with that, she nods curtly and sheathes her blade, bidding an end to the exchange. Yeah, she didn't want to fuck with us. Alright, head up. So yeah, that was pretty quickly resolved. Expected that to take a little bit longer. Yeah, definitely take that. Alright, don't think there is anything else here. So let us... What should we do next? Are we going to be pissed off and head straight back to Scarlet Chorus Camp to talk to Death Knell, I think was her name? And maybe fight her? Or should we go to Echo Crossing? And just complete all that and then head back and do everything else. I think she can wait. We'll go to Echo Hall Crossing and wrap up the episode. Alright. So, thank you all so much for watching. Till next time, this has been Zethios, signing out for now. Bye, folks.